Now, I feel like making all this into a series called Old Controversy. It's just gonna be me talking about old news, like Lacy Green for matter, but, you know. After about a month, I'm back. And quite frankly, I never saw myself making this video on, Lacy Green, of anyone. But my mate, he's like, you know this Lacy Green person? I'm like, yeah, I know that Lacy Green person. Yeah, well, I want you to fucking roast her. So I'm like, I got you. So, after about a month, let's get right into the fucking video.
The rumors are true. What they've been saying about me? I have to come clean. I, Lacy Green, am a feminist.
Now, before I say anything, this video will not be monetized because I don't want this bitch witch hunting me, for fuck's sake. Like, I've seen what this person does to fucking YouTube channels. She fucking destroys them. I mean, she mainly destroys them because it's quote-unquote hate speech.
What? You're a lesbian now? Man-hater? Hairy armpits? Ain't it so? Shh, it's gonna be okay. Those are just stereotypes.
I find it the most funny that when she said hairy armpits is a stereotype, she literally goes on to show her armpits and they're hairy as fuck and say people get scared by them. It's apparently just a stereotype. Funny, she also says all lesbians are dykes. Funny thing, most every lesbian I know is probably a feminist, or I just haven't figured it out yet. They're definitely not straight. None of them are straight. It's almost a fact that none of them are straight. And apparently her last point that she made that's a stereotype is man-hater. Well, feminism today really is man-hating. That's why everyone calls women that are feminism a man-hater. Like, stereotypes come from somewhere. Like, all Asians are smart. All black people commit crimes. Those things used to happen. But feminists are still man-haters. So that stereotype's kind of earned. And about the whole blacks and Asian thing, you know, I'm just trying to make a point. I'm not a racist. Please don't roast me.
I think that feminism is both kick-ass and super important, and here are a few of my reasons why. I'm a feminist because girls are taught in public school that once she has sex, she'll lose a part of herself.
Well, Lacy Green, that's pretty true, because when you have sex, you do lose a part of yourself, being your virginity, and that space that's inside your vagina. You lose anything in sex. It's not a win-win situation in sex. It's just to repopulate.
Herself, because women who have a lot of sex are sluts while guys are studs.
I'm sorry to be pausing so much. There's just so much bullshit in here. I have to debunk it all. Now, yes, women get called sluts for having sex. And yes, men get called studs for having sex. And I have to say, that sucks. But that's the way the world is. And basically what I'm hearing from this sentence is, women have it worse because they get called sluts. But men get called studs. Fuck that, you know, we did it.
Amanda Todd, Felicia Garcia, Charisse Morales, because of the sexism that drove them to end their lives. I'm a feminist because I was—
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, we're talking about the girl that drank bleach and didn't die, then hung herself because of sexism and because she got called a slut. Now you see, if you look up the whole story on Amanda Todd, she released child pornography and had sex with multiple dudes while cheating on other dudes. Literally, the dictionary definition says, a woman who has many sexual partners. And oh boy, oh, would you look at that, Amanda Todd had multiple sexual partners. And for the rest of those two girls that killed themselves because of quote-unquote sexism, I don't know anything about them, never heard about them, they must not have drank enough bleach. Okay, that was a little dark, but you get the point. You can't blame someone bullying someone for their own suicide. It's called killing yourself for a reason, because you're killing yourself. Unless one of those bullies was literally putting the noose around your neck, then it's their fault. But you killed yourself.
Well, the first time I had sex would be painful and bloody. I was terrified.
This bitch. Well, I don't think she paid attention too much in health class, obviously. Yeah, she runs a health class channel about sex and gender. But like, yeah, it's gonna hurt the first time, being that there's a foreign object fucking getting shoved up your uterus.
Because 1 in 4 young women is assaulted and society still asks, what was she wearing?
Honestly, can't really disagree with that point. Women do get raped a lot.
Because male victims of rape aren't believed since guys want sex all the time anyway, right? Because of catcalling and street harassment, because no, it is not a f***ing compliment.
Wait, what the hell? Did she really just say that men that get raped don't matter because they always want sex?
Male victims of rape aren't believed since guys want sex all the time anyway, right?
So basically, if my facts are correct here. So basically, if you've got a dick and you get raped, fuck you. Get out of here. You don't belong. No.
I'm a feminist because my first boyfriend sexually assaulted me, and when I went to my friends for help, they called me a slut.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about this whole assault thing, but what I do think is that, Easy on Me said it the best on why she could have been called a slut when she was assaulted. Possibly, if that even happened, if it's not a lie.
She constantly goes against her principles of things like girl love and anti-bullying and tolerance for everybody. She goes ahead and shatters all of these principles multiple times. Back in 2009, Lacy was a completely different person, going as far to say in her videos, "I've wrecked 3 homes and I don't regret it, and I've led guys on and knowingly broke their hearts." Still, you'd be hard-pressed to find anything of her saying some messed up stuff due to how this and all the other deplorable things that Lacy said are now all privatized on her main channel.
So, you know, Lacy, that might be why you were called a slut.
Because when I speak at universities about the absolute necessity of consent, there are people in the audience who laugh.
Now, we don't know if they were laughing about the consent, but there's a lot of fucked up jokes out there, like if she's 2, I'm 2. If she's able to pee, she's ready for me. If she's got a job, she's ready for Bob. And you know what? I'm so sorry that you can hear the background noise of my washing machine. You hear that shit? Fucking shit's loud. Anyway, or about the laughing, they could have been just cracking a joke, like, you know, how friends talk to each other, because they're friends.
Because boobs are used to sell everything from burgers to soap, but don't you dare breastfeed out in the open, because...
Now, I don't think boobs are used to sell beer. The beer is used to sell beer. And I don't think if someone saw tits in a commercial, they're like, "Some fucking great beer. What do you think, brother?" I don't know, fucking Hulk Hogan's, you know. And I don't think I've ever seen one burger commercial with tits in it. I think, like, the last burger commercial I actually saw was, like, "Wendy's, get the double baconator cheeseburger today for $3.99, you know?
This shocks and terrifies people. I'm not even kidding. You should see some of the looks that I get.
I think I might legitimately... No, okay. Oh.
I'm a feminist because of how much pressure we put on girls to value their appearance above everything else. Because of labiaplasties, boob jobs, hymenoplasties.
Like, women care about their appearances because they're women. The competition, I hear, is pretty rough. And they just want to be hotter than the other. It's like you're trying to be hot while buying things they can't. That's what you're trying to do. That's what all women are trying to do. That's why they care about their appearance. Not because men are just like, yo, you're not hot enough because you don't wear fucking makeup.
Because our culture considers it normal to cut off part of an infant's penis.
I'm offended. And I think it's self-explanatory why I'm offended. Because I don't think I need to tell you about my... That got a little out of hand there. Well, I mean, most people get it because of other religious reasons, where people are like, well, my dick's circumcised, so his dick's gotta be circumcised. And then the cycle repeats with, well, my dick's circumcised, my father wanted me to get my dick circumcised, so you gotta get your dick circumcised.
I'm a feminist because male orgasm in the movies is rated PG-13, while female orgasm is rated R.
Wait, what? Excuse me? The last time I checked, a man orgasm and a female orgasm are both rated R. Like, if you see someone come, that is pornography. She's coming up with excuses now, like.
Because when I was younger and I took on a leadership role, all the adults in my life said, "You're being bossy."
I mean, I'm pretty sure every leader's gonna get called bossy in one point or another. Martin Luther King was probably called bossy. Fucking Obama was probably called bossy. Fucking, you get the point. Like, you weren't being called bossy just because you're a woman. That's, no. And no.
And let's not forget that sneaky little pay gap. By the time the average woman reaches 60 years old, she will have made $450,000 less than a man in the same exact position. That's like a fancy ass house, a truckload of chocolate bars, or 10. And hell, I'm not even surprised by it. At my first job, I learned that my less qualified male coworker was making almost twice as much as me.
Now, if I was really greedy and wanted to extend this video over 10 minutes, then I could. But I'm going to try to summarize the wage gap real quickly on why it's a myth. So basically the wage gap is something that was calculated by some people that were idiotic, and they said, well, here's how much men make, here's how much women make, then they did some simple division, yada yada yada, fucking crunched the numbers, and then what they got is that men make more than women, but what they didn't count in is extra hours worked, time off on vacation, or even time off for having babies. And according to statistics, women take twice as long vacations as men and work many less hours than men. So that's why men are getting more money. So then fucking feminists over here are like, oh no, I'm making less money. Well, that's not true at all, actually.
But it's because in 10th grade, someone called my best friend a pussy and it tore him up for weeks. And I realized the worst insult was to be compared to a woman.
So your friend got called a pussy and it tore her up for weeks. Yep, that's definitely a reason to be a feminist. My friend, she got called a pussy, and, that's very misogynistic. Then she says, the worst insult is to be compared to a woman. Also, then I could use reverse psychology on that and say, the worst insult is to be compared to a man and to be called a fucking dick. Because quite frankly, I've been called a dick quite a lot of times.
Because in 34 states, it's legal to discriminate against someone who's transgender. Really?
Do you want to know why it's legal to discriminate against transgenders, agenders, or anybody fucking tech helicopter? Because of the First Amendment. Yeah, the First Amendment. The thing that feminism and feminists, people, they're always like, the First Amendment, I get to say whatever I want, First Amendment, First Amendment. Once it disagrees against them, the First Amendment kind of just doesn't exist.
Most of all, I'm a feminist because I believe in gender equality. My eyes are open. My mind is active. I know we're not there yet.
Yes, because we're definitely not there. What rights do women not have in America, at least? We're staying in America, by the way. We're not going to fucking go off to Saudi Arabia where women get raped constantly. We're staying here on our home ground, and I know that's like, feminist point. Like, well, in Brazil, if someone does this, they've got the deserve to be raped. It's like, I'm sorry, bud, but like, we're staying in America. We're going to keep this in America because you're changing in America. Like, I don't understand what rights women don't have. They can vote. They can speak. They don't have to wear a fucking burqa. Alright, that's a good one. Women get paid the same money. That's an even better one. And lastly, if you're saying that there's an agender, that there's a bi, tri, quad, quintuple, fucking fuckery, helicopter gender, then you wanna know why they don't have rights? Because they don't exist.
Thanks for supporting me here on Sex Plus Babes. I would like to know, are you a feminist?
Well, that was interesting now, wasn't it? Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Leave a like and a comment down below. If you like this fucking stupid ass show of the fucking old news debates, just tell me and leave a comment or something saying you like it, because let me say, I'm definitely not proud of myself. Anyway, hope you all had a wonderful day, and goodbye, you fucking memes. Oh, and also, you guys don't need to keep telling me that I sound like Leafy or I am Leafy. I know I'm Leafy. It's unnecessary. You don't need to add it.